You're very welcome back. Over the past number of weeks, we've been focusing on the biggest trends in weddings for 2017. But today we've come to the final instalment of our series, and Laura Cunningham, editor of Confetti magazine, joins us. And today we're focusing on table settings. What a beautiful display you have for us this morning. I don't even know where to start.
I can't take credit for any of this, I must say. Oh, I didn't do it. It was Elk Stylist, the lovely Lorraine. She did all of this.
Well, lovely Lorraine is extremely talented. But first of all, talk to us about table settings. Can you tie in your theme with the table setting?
Very much so. If you're planning a wedding, you're kind of the stylist of this event that's happening. So it's about kind of sitting down, getting onto Pinterest, deciding what your overall look is about and refining that. And then you instruct all of your vendors to kind of create what you want.
It sounds like an awful lot of work. Would it not be up to the hotel or wherever you're getting married to look after the table setting side of things?
They'll do small things. You know, they might put a certain amount of neutral flowers out. But a lot of people now, they want to make it their own, really put their own stamp on it.
In your experience, when you're planning a wedding, how important is it to check with the hotel what's included and what's not included on the table?
So important. And I'd say that with every vendor, not just your hotel, just check what you are and what you're not getting. Hidden costs, is VAT on, all of those kind of things.
Of course, and we are mentioning hotels, but obviously these days, you know, you can get married in a variety of settings. And so you may end up somewhere like a field with, you know, a blank canvas to do what you want. You've got three fabulous displays for us here. Let's start with this one. What's this display about? So
this is a very kind of summer informal look, I suppose. It's, you know, there's not a very uniform palette going on, but it's little touches of whimsy. These gorgeous, brightly coloured flowers. These are Judy from Ballaflorist in Mayo did these, and this is the cake is by Roses and Ruffles. So you'll see there's little kind of touches of pops of colour. Then there's some pastels in there. It's not too uniform. It's a little bit kind of fun, I guess. And
you would definitely get, I mean, it's beautiful, but you'd get quite a laid-back sort of vibe from it.
Exactly.
Because the flowers aren't all sort of perfectly uniform, as you mentioned as well. When you're planning a table like this, does anything goes? Is that all right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to kind of rein it in a little bit. Like when you start planning a wedding, everyone wants to put everything everywhere. All of these ideas on Pinterest, they want it all. So it's kind of just like honing it down to a certain colour palette. So you'd be talking to your cake maker and your florist, and, you know, between you can design a colour palette and then you can kind of have a bit of fun with that. Are you ever in danger of making your table setting a little bit too fussy? Oh, absolutely. For sure. I suppose the thing about it is that if for something like this, the decor is made with flowers. So the more flowers, the better. I don't think you can ever have too many flowers. But for props and bits and pieces, I think it is about kind of putting it all on and then maybe taking a couple of bits back. OK. And also, I remember reading recently, I thought it was quite clever, one of the tips I read is wherever you're having the ceremony, be it in a church or elsewhere first, that you can bring the flowers with you from that location over to where you're dining. Because it's cost effective. Make them work double time. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they're going to be there for the day anyway. That's it, exactly. May as well be admired. Now, moving on to this sort of a country chic wedding. I love the rustic tabletop you have here. It's fab, isn't it? Yeah. This would be a very popular choice, I would imagine, for a lot of brides and grooms. Absolutely. So this is a more kind of, I suppose it is rustic, but it's a bit more refined rustic. So it's kind of like natural bohemian kind of vibe. And again, the lovely Lorraine from Elk Stylist did all of this. The cake is by the flower artist, and it's very rustic again. That soft frosting vibe is really popular in the last couple of years. It's nothing too structured again. And the flowers are they're very wild flower, aren't they? They're gathered. They look like you picked them yourself, even though this is obviously very carefully styled. Again, this is Judy from Ballaflorist. I think that's the beauty of it, though. As you say, it is very carefully styled. A lot of thought has gone into this, and yet it looks like, you know, you were just out in the garden that morning. It looks like it grew there. Naturally. And I suppose something that would be quite cost-effective when it comes to this table setting is jars that you have at home that you may have picked up over the year that you can get in the budget shops. So many people do that. They kind of, you know, they're soaking their jam jars to get the labels off and stacking them all up with little pebbles and flowers and candles and bits and pieces like that. So there are things you can do yourself. Me personally, I'd be hiring Lorraine because this just is all too much like hard work. But you can, you know, you can make this, there are things that you can incorporate and do yourself. I love the fact that you have the timber as well. We talked about cakes last week. This is definitely, even if you had a plain cake, I mean, that's quite a different look, isn't it? It is. It's a real statement. Yeah. Because, you know, your hotel or your venue, they're going to have a cake stand for you. But if you want something extra special, then I suppose you just have to go the extra mile, really, don't you? It's very raw, it's very textured, I love it. Moving on to this look, and I thought this was really interesting because what jumped out at me is copper and navy. And is this a strong theme or colours for 2017? Absolutely. I mean, it's been in decor for a while and it's really coming into weddings now, and this is right up my street. I love anything geometric. The copper, of course, is absolutely gorgeous. Gold is just so last year at this stage. It's all about copper. This would be lovely for a winter wedding, of course, this kind of vibe. You know, any kind of the autumn weddings or Christmas. Of course, because you have spoken before
Laura, about, last week we were doing the bridesmaids' dresses. The pastel colours are very popular during the summer, but then going into winter, people tend to go towards the stronger colours, the reds, the navies, the blacks. So something like this you think would work well, perhaps on a rainy Saturday morning?
Well, that's it. And you have to think about your flowers as well, because the likes of the peonies that Judy was using here, they're not going to be in season. They're only a few weeks. So these are done by Mark from the garden in Powerscourt. And these are, I mean, obviously, it's this time of year now, but you'll get the kind of darker, more wintry flowers as well. So you need to kind of work with the season when you're thinking about styling your wedding. So this is a really good example of that there.
Do you know, these flowers, I thought they were fake.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Beautiful. They are like something out of a picture.
And again, you get your stationer, whoever is making your invitations, to tie in with your theme as well, because people get the invitation in the post before it, and it kind of sets the theme for the whole thing. So these are by Little Bow Print.
Actually, that's an interesting point, because we have fabulous stationer here, and we've got some behind you as well. So this first, the stationery sometimes is the first point of contact between your guests and yourself.
Exactly, yeah. It kind of sets the theme for the whole thing. So. Okay. It's about designing the whole look and then carrying that through from the very, very start until the day itself. And
where's the stationery from then?
This one here is Little Ivory Weddings.
I can see that would match in very well with either of our first two tabletops. Yeah. So final tips, Laura, when it comes to planning the wedding. Have a theme in mind. Yeah. I mean, I know it is, when people start planning weddings, there's so much gorgeousness out there, but you kind of do have to just go, OK, which is me? Which is really us as a couple? What's achievable at this time of year? And then just kind of try and stay in that lane when it comes to the styling. So would you recommend, therefore, having a mood board on Pinterest or something? Absolutely. So you can hone in on what you like? Yeah, Pinterest is a bride's best friend, it really is. And confetti, obviously. And the confetti, of course. Of course, but just getting those ideas and then sticking to the theme and not going too kind of overboard on other themes. Exactly. And do take your vendors, opinions on their creativity into account as well, because they've done it 100 times. Of course, they know what they're talking about. Laura, it's been a pleasure having you on these last few weeks, and thank you very much. No problem.